Hi friends, we are finally doing a full week of workouts and I'm so freaking excited for this because it has been quite a process getting all of these workouts compiled and I'm just really excited to share them with you guys. I have been doing this new split for about 4 weeks now, 3 or 4 weeks, and I am absolutely loving it. If you would have told me 2, 3, 4 months ago that I would be loving leg day, I would have laughed in your face, but this split might have just converted me. Now, for the past year or so, I have been doing 3 upper body days a week, 2 lower body days a week. And at the start of this year, I was kind of like, something's gotta change because I'm not seeing the lower body progress that I want to see. Therefore, the new split came into play. So the new split that I'm following is day 1, quads and adductors. Day 2, shoulders, triceps and chest, push day. Day 3, we have hamstrings and glutes. Day 4, we have back and biceps, pull day. Day 5, we have glutes and core. Now in this video though, I did tack on my core workout onto my back and biceps workout because I didn't have as much time whenever I did my glutes workout when I filmed this. And I did film them slightly out of order because my schedule was a little bit whack. There are, however, a couple of things that I want to share because I talked about in my updated fitness goals video about some of my new goals for the new year. And so far this split, upping my lower body days to 3 days a week, I've not only been a lot more intentional and enjoyed my workouts more, but I've also really increased my lower body endurance. I'm not getting as sore every time I do leg days, and I feel like because I've been able to split them up a little bit more, I have had so much more quality over the quantity. Like they're a little bit shorter in duration, but they are just as good. And I feel like I can really focus on the muscle groups instead of having to smush them all into 2 days out of the week. So I have been loving it and enjoying it very, very much. And might I even go so far to say that on some of the upper body days, I'm wishing it was leg day. Never thought that would happen, but it has happened. So I'm really loving this split. I'm having a great time and I really look forward to seeing how this kind of holds up over the next few months. I wanted to share this full week of workouts. I've been doing more daily workouts on my Instagram and TikTok, which thankfully I have a gym that's a lot easier to film in now, but I really wanted to do one of these more like longer form videos so we could kind of go through each day of the split. I'm going to show about 1 set of each exercise, but anyways, let's just go ahead and get into the workout. All right, let's go ahead and kick off our quads and adductors. This is going to be more of a quad focus. I mean, obviously you'll work a little bit of all the leg, but we're starting off with hack squats. We're going to do 5 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Now, I'm really trying to work on my mobility and strength on these. I've only been doing them for a couple of weeks, so they're not the prettiest, but they will be one day, and that's what I'm hoping for. Then we are moving into our narrow leg press. We're going to do 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. So you want to increase the weight if you can. I really try to push through the heels. You'll see one part though where I adjust my foot placement and I saw my light flash before my eyes. I should have locked it. Don't be like me, but yeah. Also, I forgot to mention we do warm up before every workout because warming up is important. You can do that by doing lighter weights or dynamic stretching, anything like that. I love to do mobility work for that as well. Then we are moving into our leg extensions. Now there's 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. You want to focus on keeping that constant tension. I couldn't film the whole set because I ran out of storage on my phone, but ignore that. And then we are going into the adductor machine drop set. Now, I really like to work on adductors because I feel like mine are a little bit weak. So we're going to start with a heavier weight. We're going to do 3 sets of 8 reps. But after you've done 1 set of 8 reps, you're going to immediately drop the weight. You'll see me do that in just a second, and you're going to go until failure. And now we are at push day. So we're working shoulders, triceps, and chest. We're going to start with the shoulder press. I like to do 1 to 2 warm-up sets of 10 to 12, and then we'll go into 4 working sets of 6 to 8 reps. And you'll see here, like these 30s, they're looking pretty good. So I decided to switch to 35s, and yep, there's the 35s. Yep, she was struggling just a little bit more, but I used to not even be able to get the 35s over my head, so I'm glad that I was able to do that. We want to challenge ourselves, obviously. Then we are moving into our lateral raise and skull crusher superset. So we've got 3 sets of 10 each. So you're going to do both exercises back to back. We've got our lateral raises first, and then we will mosey on over to the bench and do our skull crushers. Now we're going into our cable chest flies, and ignore the angle because it is impossible to look good doing these, but I did 3 sets of 8 to 10, so I think this was my first or second set, so I was going a little bit higher on the rep range. Then we will come to the other side, work our triceps a little bit more, and do single arm cable push downs. So we're doing 3 sets of 8 to 10 on each side. I love these for triceps. They're one of my absolute favorite go-to movements. And then we'll just switch sides, because you want to make sure that it's balanced. Unilateral movements are one of my favorites for upper body days because I do feel like I have some muscle imbalances and I'm trying really hard to correct those. You can see how much easier one side of this was for me than the other. And lastly, we are doing push-ups 3 times until failure. You can obviously modify on your knees or an incline if you want. I like to keep a more narrow stance to use triceps, but you can go wider if you want to hit the chest too. And now it's time for hamstrings and glutes. And as I record this, I'm still sore. So we're going to do RDLs. 5 sets of 6 to 8 reps. So this was one of my last sets, I think, which I don't know why I always film those because I'm always exhausted. I need to learn from my mistakes, but hinging those hips back, keeping your weight in your heels, and keeping that neutral spine. Then we are going to go into step ups. We have 3 sets of 6 reps on each leg. Now, I like to keep more of a forward lean to stretch out the glutes a little bit more. I also didn't do weight with these because honestly, I never really do step ups. I'm trying to force myself to do them. And then we are going into our curtsy lunges with a deficit. So you're gonna have a plate underneath to give just a little bit more of a stretch through those glutes. We are going to do 3 sets of 8 reps on each side. You can do these with dumbbells or the barbell like I did them. Either way, whatever works best for you. And lastly, we are hitting the hamstring curls drop set. Yep, another drop set. Yep, because I apparently hate myself. So we're going to do 3 sets of 8 reps with a higher weight, and then you're going to lower the weight and go until failure. I like to lean a little bit forward on the hamstring curl machine. That way I get a really nice stretch through the hamstrings and glutes, and I don't tend to use my calves as much. It's totally up to you. This is just how I personally like to do them. And we've got back and biceps, one of my favorite days of the week. We start with our underhand bent over rows. So I'm doing 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. These are one of my favorite movements for back. And then I've been working on my chin-ups, so I've been trying to go until failure. I had to adjust my positioning a little bit, ignore that. But we're doing 3 sets until failure. If you do not know how to do a chin-up, you can use assisted chin-ups, you can do banded, you can also just hold onto a barbell and do pull-ups that way as well. Then for our biceps, we're going in with easy bar curls. I have 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. I love easy bar curls. They've become one of my absolute favorite upper body exercises, and I used to never do them, so I'm glad I started. Then we'll mosey on over to the cables and do some single arm cable rows. You kind of want to row like you're coming to the back of like your pocket or between like your belly button. You don't want to come straight up to your like chest. And you really want to focus on getting that nice stretch as you bring the weight forward. We are doing 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps on each side. And then we are doing face pulls. These are one of my all-time favorite upper body exercises ever. We're doing 4 sets of 8 reps. You want to make sure you get a nice squeeze in the top. I don't really do rear delts on shoulder day. I like to leave those for back day. And I feel like these have really helped my rear delts develop. And I love these, so highly recommend. And then last up for biceps, we are doing hammer curls. I did 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. And these were quite a struggle for me today. Usually I like to do these seated because you'll start to see I start to use a little bit of momentum from my body. And when you do them seated, you can't do that as much. But, you know, this is what I felt like doing that day. You can also do these one at a time like I am, or you can do them at the same time. This was me foolishly thinking I could get 2 more. You'll see me literally mouth the words. I think we can do 2 more. You're wrong. We did 1. Maybe. We tried. We did try for that second one though. But that's what I mean by going till failure, guys. Then we're moving into our core circuit. So I did in and out crunches, 3 sets of 12 reps. Nothing is more humbling than watching footage of yourself doing core workouts. I will just say that right now. Then we will go into dead bugs. Now with dead bugs, I do not want to see your back rounding. I want to see it planted on that mat. We want proper core engagement. So what I love about dead bugs is you're creating that cross body tension from doing opposite sides. So you're really working that deep core. And there's a couple of times where I can kind of see myself lose that proper engagement. So you'll see I'll kind of regroup and try to work on it. These are so good. I love, love, love these. We are doing 4 sets of 6 reps on those. And then lastly, we are going into our weighted sit-ups. You do not have to use a weight if you do not want to. I honestly would have done decline ones if I could have found the machine, but this gym is still new to me and I was lost. But we're doing 3 sets until failure. I really, really, really like these because I feel like they kind of offer a little bit of an upper body burn plus some core work in there as well. And for our final day of the week, we've got glutes and core. Obviously, I already did the core, so ignore that. But we are going in with staggered hip thrusts first. So I'm doing 3 sets of 6 to 8 on each leg. Then we are moving into the single leg press, and you really want to make sure you're getting a nice squeeze and stretch through those glutes. We're doing 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps on each side. I definitely have one side that's a little bit weaker than the other on these, so adding these movements have been really, really helpful for me. and then we are hitting those staggered RDLs. Now you can do these with a barbell or a dumbbell. I've done either. I love them both. We are doing 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps on each leg. You want to make sure you're really hinging and kind of sitting into that glute. I like to have a little bit more of a knee bend on the RDLs whenever I'm trying to make them more glute focused, instead of doing a stiff leg to hit the hamstrings more. And last up, the dreaded finisher, the Bulgarian split squat finisher. I like to add a little bit of a twist to get more glute engagement in there. And we're doing 2 sets of 6 reps with weight, and then you're going to drop the weight and go until failure on each side. So yeah, this one almost did me in. I was so tired after this, but I don't do the twist as much without weight. I just like to do it with the weighted sets, if that makes sense. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me on my week of workouts. I enjoyed going to the gym with you so much, and I look forward to doing this again soon. Now that I've done one of these, I feel like it wouldn't be as daunting to incorporate like one a month, but I also have a couple of new things to share with you guys. So April 1st, we're going to be starting a new 4-week challenge in the app, and it's going to be 4 days a week, and we're gonna have a little bit of flexibility on the levels. There will also be some journaling and some other prompts and stuff to help keep you motivated and focus on the mental, physical, emotional, all kinds of health. And then I have 2 new programs that I'm going to be doing, both with the new split, but one for my website, one for my app. The date will be released soon, but I'm really excited about those because honestly, I'm loving this split. This first week of workouts is going to be incorporated into those programs. I like to provide the 2 different options because some people don't like a subscription, and the guides on my website can be a little bit more in-depth because of what I'm able to create on there. So keep an eye out for those. I have my fitness app if you want to follow along with more workouts. I have guides on my website. I have Instagram, TikTok, everything where I share my workouts, share advice, and generally just blab about my life. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, which will not be next week because I'm on vacation. Do Not Disturb will be activated, but the following week I will catch you guys right back here. Okay? Love you so much. Have the best day. Bye.